Sagittarius, your weekly love tarot reading begins with a 10 of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Devil, and the 7 of Swords. Your person is coming in with a Page of Pentacles, a Knight of Wands, a 6 of Swords, and a 4 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have an 8 of Wands. So there's a lot of mixed communication going on here right away. Communication and just energy. The energy between the two of you right now is very sort of disjointed. So it's a feeling of you coming and they're going and you're coming. So let's go ahead and get right into your energy, how you and your person come in and of yourselves over this next couple of week period. 10 of Cups and Page of Pentacles. Well, for you, 10 of Cups, there's a feeling here of happiness. Sagittarius, I mean, you found something that is the whole shebang, something that is very complete, very happy, solid. Your person is, they're busy. Page of Pentacles with sort of, you know, doing all of the little things to begin to establish some kind of routine or regular relationship here. This could be a new relationship, but yeah, your person is busy with kind of the little details, getting things or working out things, working out dates, or, you know, just being busy. So it's nice. It's nice energy to begin with. It's nice, productive energy. You're happy. They're being productive. They're being present. But what's going on? Let's go further because I do see some shadow as I look ahead on your side, Sagittarius. So what's your... Okay, so 8 of Swords and a Queen of Wands. So Sagittarius, there is a feeling here. 8 of Swords energy is toxic. There is a bit of a feeling of being attacked here, of somehow your happiness being attacked in some way, shape, or form. Things happening around you that you don't quite understand. You know, it almost feels as though you're happy, but something is going sideways here. And you're like not really sure what to do about it. You don't feel like it's within your control to do anything about it. Your person is coming in a Queen of Wands energy. So your person is a little bit, you know, they may be a little bit wiser or older, more mature than you, a little bit longer in the tooth, you know, but they have this really like strong sense of maturity about themselves and experience, right? And so it does feel a little bit, Sagittarius, like your energies are a little bit not matching up. Your person is a lot more calm. They're a lot more practical. You, however, you're being a little bit emotional. You know, you're feeling great and yet at the same time feeling like things aren't going the way you want them to go. How do you guys see each other? Well, for you, yeah, this is new, a new passion, Ace of Wands. And for them, they see you as a Knight of Wands. So it does feel like this person has really got you going, Sagittarius, you know? They've got you sort of excited and you feel great. Ace of Wands is a new excitement, a new passion, like, oh my gosh. And I think you're just a little bit beside yourself. Sagittarius, in the beginning, when you fall for somebody, you can be very fiery and all over the place. Just as quickly, you can turn off. So it doesn't mean anything. And I understand this. I'm a Sagittarius, full disclosure. I'm hardcore Sagittarius, 4 planets. So, you know, I get it, right? But right now, you're in that kind of really... And funny, I find a funny stage, beginning stage for Sagittarius where you're fully in love and yet at the same time you're irritated, you know, yet at the same time you're already like finding little things that are kind of like, I'm not sure if I like this. I'm not sure if I like that. Let's go ahead. Now they see you as a Knight of Wands. Before I go ahead, actually, let me cover that energy here because honestly, they see this about you. Sagittarius, they see that you are fiery, you know, you come in hot, you can change at the drop of a dime, you know, they see all of that about you. So it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting that they kind of have this mature attitude about it, you know, because they see you, they see what type of energy you bring. They love it. They love it about you. 4 of Wands. and an Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, they love it about you. And it's funny because you guys indeed are a very nice match. You have Four of Wands coming in and Eight of Pentacles. Again, your person is kind of busy with getting things done. They're continuing to work away at this, at doing everything they need to for this connection. They're working at they're just being really responsible, They're being focused on their work, their actual work, their livelihood, all in an effort to make sure that you both have something. They're thinking very much ahead because they're committed to this and they want this. And so they're staying kind of even keel. They're working towards the future here. You, Four of Wands, you fall more and more in love with them. Four of Wands, Four of Wands. 11-11 card for the both of you. So this is a strong love connection, albeit in the beginning, you do act a little bit nutty. You're a little bit back and forth. Mostly, I think, because you're caught by surprise as to how deeply you feel for this person and how much they've affected you in such a short time. Another reason why this Eight of Wands, this kind of confusing energy is there at the bottom of the deck. And it may also be, Sagittarius, that you're just not used to someone who is this responsible and sort of mature emotionally. And so, although they're not actually doing anything wrong or incorrect, the way they're going about everything, it's just making you nervous, because you're just not used to somebody bringing something proper, I think. Or you may have been coming out of a bad relationship before this, and you're just a little bit scarred still. King of Cups, Two of Swords. Well, this is clarity on the roles you see for each other. So let's take a look at those first. Devil and Six of Swords. So for you, yeah, I think that you feel like you're the one who is bringing a little bit of rawness, fire, danger, excitement to this relationship. It's almost as if you're the one who wants to go for it and you know what I mean? You want to do all the crazy stuff. You want to do all the adventurous stuff. And you feel almost like you're too much for this person, maybe. Maybe you're too wild. Maybe you got too much of the devil in you. They see themselves as the Six of Swords in this connection, or their role here. So this is quite interesting. There may indeed be something going on in your person's life that requires them to make a decision about leaving something. Now, leaving something in order, I think, to be with you. Right? Because they have that Four of Wands, their possible outcome. But there is a difficult decision here in their life. And I don't think the Six of Swords is about leaving you, but it is about leaving something, either some part of their life behind that has been causing strife for them, or that will continue to cause strife or confusion here. There may indeed be something else going on with them that has led to some of this toxic feeling here, some of this disjointed energy here, this feeling of being a little bit like, what the hell is going on? You may be dealing with somebody, and again, this does feel like a new connection. You may be dealing with somebody who still has some messy remnants of a previous connection. And yet, a lot of this work that they're doing here may indeed have may be the groundwork, or laying the foundation for them to leave a particular situation so that they can move forward with you. Nevertheless, they have a very important decision to make here, and it's taking them some time to make it, Sagittarius. And for me, it does feel strongly, Sag, like this is a new connection with somebody who still has a little bit of a connection with somebody else. And before they're willing to completely let go of that for you, they're kind of laying the foundation, laying groundwork, doing work. They're doing things. They're figuring out things for themselves to see where they're really at on this. For you, King of Cups comes in to clarify that devil. So for you, Sagittarius, there is a feeling of, listen, I want this connection, and I'm here to stay. Like, you're not giving it up. I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you will clean up some of this, weird energy here, that reactive energy, I want to call it. You may clean that up, tighten that up, and really you're going to bring your A game in as much as, look, I want this. This is a soulmate connection for me. I want this, and I'm going to make it known, and I'm here. Now, how do you guys possibly come out of this? We have 7 of Swords and 4 of Wands. So for you, Sagittarius, there may indeed still continue to be a feeling of not getting what you want, going about things the wrong way. 7 of Swords is the card for futility and treachery. I don't feel you being treacherous, but I do feel you resorting to certain tactics to make sure you get what you want. Now, depending on the tactics, they may or may not work. Again, it is the 7 of Swords is the energy of futility, because a lot of times when we use tactics to get what we want that are somewhat toxic or that are disingenuous, that are not authentic, we fail. We ultimately fail. It's a futile effort. So really take care. You know, this energy here is bringing out a little bit of the darker side in you. Okay. Again, going back to that devil, for some of you, if you realize that this person isn't quite done with somebody else, that they have to leave this other person, you may indeed indulge in a lot more sort of risky out there behavior. You may be, you know, because if this relationship isn't completely locked down, Sagittarius, you're not getting what you want, you will go out and hook up with somebody else, party with somewhere else. You know, so there's a little bit of playing with fire here, but I do think that some of this has to do with the fact that your person still needs to leave something to be with you. And you want to take care, Sagittarius, not to lean into too much toxic behavior here, especially not to let that king turn shadow, turn dark. You know, the dark side of King of Cups is very jealous, possessive behavior. You want to take care of that. But the possible outcome here for you and your person, for you, yes, watching out for that sort of darker behavior that can be brought out as a result of you not wanting to lose this connection. But for them, ultimately, the decision they make, I believe, is to be with you and to have this 11-11 energy with you, to have this connection with you, because this connection here, it feels real. It really does feel real on both sides. But this reading is about, you know, a Sagittarius who's dealing with somebody who is, yeah, they're emotionally mature. They may be a little bit more experienced. They may have been around. I don't know. It just feels like they're just a little bit more mature than you, older perhaps than you, more sort of stable and settled, right? But at the same time, Sagittarius, there's something going on in their life, and they really need to deal with that in order to come towards you. And so this is what this reading is all about. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and pull out your oracle cards. It's an interesting read. It's definitely a strong connection. You have 11-11 showing up twice, you know, for each of you, once for each of you. Spirit of the past, Spirit of St. Nicholas, and Spirit of the Gargoyle. All right, so nostalgia, old flame. This could indeed be something that your person is dealing with. Spirit of St. Nicholas, gifts, generosity, and Spirit of the Gargoyle, guardian, protector, okay? Protecting what is yours, guarding what is yours. Spirit of the past, interesting. You know, this connection, Sagittarius, may be a connection with a previous lover, okay? Hence the 11-11. For some of you, this is kind of you coming back together with an old flame, but that old flame right now currently has something that has some stuff they still need to deal with. Earth energy, the elk and swan water. So for your animal spirits, elk and swan. The elk is the quintessential father figure. He reminds us of his wisdom, divine fatherly masculine energy. So again, you may be dealing with somebody who is a father or a father figure who has those responsibilities in their life. The elk leads by example. The elk has a lot to impart. So this is a nice, strong, sort of resolute energy, earth energy for moving forward. The swan, water energy, all about elegance and refinement and, you know, leveling up to be the best version of yourself, especially for those of you who are artists, right? The swan represents a feeling of putting even more in, putting even more of your creative self in, and really leveling it up to a highly, highly refined state. All right, guys, this is your weekly love tarot reading, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me. If it resonated, go ahead, like, subscribe, or share the content. Any of those actions really help my channel out, and I really appreciate when you do them. But for right now, guys, I'm going to wish you and your cross watchers love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you guys next Friday on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, for your weekly love tarot reading. Bye-bye now.